Clipston and welcome to our extra special Leavers Service 2020. We are thinking of all the children who are leaving us at the end of term, but of course our focus today is very much on our Year 6 pupils. It is the end of an era for them and the start of a new exciting chapter in their lives. We wish all of you the very best of luck and hope that you will make the most of all the opportunities that come your way at secondary school. It has been a real privilege to have known you as pupils at Clipston, and we very much look forward to hearing about how you're getting on as you progress through secondary school and beyond. But for now, I'm going to hand over to Year 6 as they share some of their favourite memories of their time at Clipston Primary School.
I have loved my time at Clipston. It is one of my favourite places. I've made such amazing friendships that it almost feels like one big family. My favourite Clipston memory is when we went on residential. I loved doing all the activities as well as spending time with my friends. I also loved being a leader at art club. The Pirates of the Curry Bean, our end of year production last year, was an amazing thing to be part of. My greatest achievement was abseiling on residential, and I have also gained a huge amount of confidence in maths. My funniest moments are when we were on residential, Bella got homesick, so we went to our common room to tell Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Glover. We ended up throwing ginger biscuits and cheese straws into their drinks. Another funny moment was when I first joined in Year 2, and on my first day I asked Imogen if I could be her best friend. She replied with, "No, my best friend's on holiday." So I went off to Catherine instead. But it's okay now because we're very good friends. Lastly, I want to say thank you to all my teachers, particularly Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Glover, Mrs. Leb and Mrs. Weston. And thank you to all my amazing friends and to all the younger children for playing with me and making me laugh.
After 7 years at this school, it is time to move on. My favourite memory was when we completed the water bucket challenge on the playground, and we had to run up and down. I was soaked. My funniest moment was when Jack had a sweet cup on residential. We had eaten them all. It fell out the window. Then the next morning we managed to get it back, and there was a massive slug inside it. We laughed so much. My greatest achievement was also on residential. We had to climb up to the top of the leap of faith. We had climbed up it, and there was 4 of us all holding on. Freya was so scared because she was screaming in my ear, but I said it would be okay. We all had to lean back and jump. It was so scary but amazing at the same time. Thank you to all the teachers for helping me in my work, and thanks to all my friends for being there.
Throughout the 7 years of being in this school, my favourite memory is when Alfie, Lukash and I used to roll down the field together. My funniest memory is at residential. When we came back from an activity, Jack ran into our room and got straight into the shower. After a few minutes of getting in, we were called for lunch, so we had to wait around 10 minutes for him to finish getting ready. I've treasured my time here and have had many great achievements, but my greatest has to be in reception on Sports Day, and there were 3 medals: gold, silver and bronze. A few days later they were awarded and I earned the silver medal. I was really proud. Thank you to every single teacher for boosting my confidence, and to all my friends for always being there for me.
After 7 years of being in this primary school, it's time to move on forward. I'm excited to go, but also a little scared to leave all my great friends behind, but I know it's time. I believe my greatest achievement during my time at Clipston to be improving my speed and handwriting in English, because I used to be as slow as a sloth. My favourite moment has to be one of our most exciting trips to Cadbury's World. The reason for this is because it was truly magical. We also got free melted chocolate with toppings. It was mouth-warmingly tasty. My funniest moment was on residential when I got stuck in the Sam Squeeze, which was really a small tunnel in the caving activity. It was hilarious because everyone had to try and get me free by pushing me from behind. They were all exhausted after finally getting me free. Finally, a big thank you to all my teachers for always being there for me. You never gave up on me, so now I have a bright future thanks to you. I will never forget you.
The Class of 2020, a Year 6 Leavers poem. Well, what a year it's been for you, my lovely little crew. We had plans and intentions and a lot of things to do, from learning about areas like algebra and spag, to using the subjunctive mood, we had that in the bag. Yet as you'll often find in life, we were put to the test, but not the normal satsy kind, a weird abnormal quest. We were sent into lockdown and school was closed for most. Of all of our priorities, your safety was at most. Your world was twisted sideways, your life changed overnight, yet acting for the greater good, you did what's just and right. It's been so hard, I know that. I'm proud of what you've shown when facing such adversity unlike we've ever known. We're in a time in history that will be on the shelves, a tale to tell our grandchildren that's greater than ourselves. A spell when you were children and you had to leave your friends, to keep all of your loved ones safe and bring this to an end. They'll look at you like heroes, the sort I know you are. You're warriors, you're brave young knights, you're bright and dazzling stars. And though we've had to part now in unexpected ways, we still have all the memories of countless fun school days. Remember cheers on sports days and trips to near and far. Remember class assemblies and learning the recorder. Remember all our playtimes and running on the grass. But most of all, remember how you're valued in this class. As I look back in future, I'll think of you and smile. The kids who showed resilience and went that extra mile. So though it's time to say goodbye, just know it's not the end. We'll live on in your memories as special Year 6 friends.
Deep within a dream to guide
My years at Clipston Primary have been the most fun years of my life. My funniest moment was when we were on residential and we buried our instructor in stones. He was wearing a belt, so he stood up, the stones all got stuck and he almost fell over. My greatest achievement is definitely my improvement in handwriting, English and maths. In year 3, I was in the lowest group, but by the end of the year, I was in the second highest group and still am now. I think my favourite memory was when Mrs. Lev got really proud with our work and went to Sparrow class to share it. Everyone followed her and we did the conga around the room. Screaming with happiness, this memory will always stay with me. Thank you to all the teachers who have boosted me to conquer my fears and to work hard, and to all my friends. All these memories were created because of Clipston Primary. Thank you for making these moments that will never leave me.
Throughout all my years at Clipston Primary School, my favourite moment has to be in year 3 when Imogen and I started building a bug hotel and half the school got involved. We had a big crowd around us and all we had to say was, "We need some sticks and leaves," and the crowd was part and everyone would run off to find what we needed. My funniest moment was when Imogen and I walked out of our classroom and saw 2 benches. We named them Bob and Bobrina and started singing about them, but when we returned to our class we saw both of them in the skip. It didn't stop us from singing our song though. I believe my greatest achievement was on residential when I went first on Leap of Faith, even though I was scared out of my mind because it was wobbling madly, and every time I went to jump a really strong gust of wind blew. In the end I jumped off, and despite missing the pole I was still proud of myself. I'd like to thank all of the teachers and my friends for giving me confidence and being there for me when I needed it most.
Despite this year being a little strange, we have still had lots of great times at Clipston Primary. My funniest memory was in year 2 when, at lunch, I couldn't open my fruit, so Bella told me to bang it on the table. Then it exploded all over the 5 people opposite us. They were covered in yoghurt and all had to change into their PE kits. My favourite memory was when I got to go on stage at the Panto last Christmas, because Ed from CBBC played buttons, so I got to meet him. I wasn't scared of going up on stage because the lights were so bright, so I couldn't see the audience. My greatest achievement was when, after doing the cross-country club for years, I got selected to run for the county. I would like to thank the teachers and my peers for being so helpful and supportive for the past 7 years. I'll never forget my great time at Clipston and will miss everyone lots.
Over the past 2 years at Clipston Primary, I have made many fantastic memories. My greatest achievement was when I wrote my Greek myth because I spent loads of time writing and trying to use lots of great vocabulary in it. My favourite memory was when I first came to Clipston Primary and all the teachers and pupils helped me settle in, and that gave me a boost of confidence. This memory will always be in my heart. My funniest memory was when I was hiding in a bush waiting for Jack to come past so I could scare him. When he walked by, I jumped out and shouted "Boo!" but he moved out of the way and I fell into a tree. I would like to thank everybody who has been there for me during my time, and I will never forget you.
And now it's time for our traditional Year 6 trophies. We have 3 to award this year: the Math Achievement Award, the English Achievement Award, and the Award for Excellent Effort and Perseverance. So, without further ado, the Math Achievement Award. People often think others lucky if a subject comes naturally to them, particularly if that subject is maths. However, the maths curriculum doesn't just test whether you can get the right answer, but whether you're able to explain how you got there. This can be very tricky, especially if you're somebody who just sees the solution. This person has worked really hard this year, not just in maintaining and building their calculation skills, but on developing their ability and resilience to problem solve, think outside the box, and to reason using all they know mathematically. Our Math Achievement Award goes to Bella. Well done, Bella. Next, our English achievements. I've been really lucky this year to have a class full of ideas and imagination, but often children can find it difficult to put these ideas down on paper in a way that's meaningful for the reader. However, the person receiving our English Achievement Award this year has excelled in this skill. By aptly capturing the register and tone required by each text, through use of adventurous vocabulary, and by making careful and considered choices as an author, they have produced some truly wonderful writing. They also love listening to books being read for enjoyment and have shared many thoughts about what is being read, making insightful connections across the curriculum. It's clear they get a huge amount of pleasure from this subject, despite not always finding it the easiest. This year, our English Achievement Award goes to Imogen. Well done, Imogen. Finally, our Excellent Effort Award. It's really important to recognise that nobody wakes up suddenly being able to do something. Things don't happen naturally of their own accord. Effort and perseverance are necessary in order to achieve what we set out to do. This person has worked their hardest in each and every lesson I have taught this year, and despite the occasional setback, they have resilience in abundance and are always willing to try again. It has been a delight to see them blossom this year. I'm very proud to award our trophy for excellent effort and perseverance to Wukash. Well done, Wukash.